The title of this mini podcast is Surface and Depth. Question: who are you on the surface? Answer: your public persona. That's how most of us describe ourselves: butcher, baker, candlestick maker, AARP member. We invest so much time describing who we are and just as much time justifying that persona. In doing so, we ignore over 90% of our makeup. When you ignore your depth, you stay on the surface. Translation: you remain superficial. My friend Peter Hurley is a world-class photographer. He has to dig past the surface with every client who steps in front of his camera to get a photograph of their authentic self, their depth. Peter recognizes that if he settles for a photo of their surface self, it would lack depth and wouldn't connect. Watching him work is more than a photography lesson. It's a master class in connection. When you truly connect with people, you're connecting with their depth. If you stay on the surface, you only get cotton candy, which is puffed up emptiness. To go deeper with yourself and others, you first have to recognize when you're staying on the surface. You do that by staying attached to a steady diet of smarm, small talk, and first world problems. Now don't get me wrong, surface interactions can be fun, but remember, you can't live your life at the amusement park. Once you recognize you're not connecting, you're one step closer to your depth. Just noticing that you're on the surface is enough of a catalyst to dig deeper. Connection is a feeling that can't be felt when we stay on the surface. I'll end with a story I've told before. It illustrates leaving the surface to find more depth. Some years ago, I was at a golf driving range where I ran into an old acquaintance. After the hellos and handshakes, we went into our song and dance act that we started many years before. It was, for lack of a better description, top this. To the casual observer, this may have appeared to be a conversation, but make no mistake, it was war. Who was going to have the last potent kapow? In the middle of this little sideshow, I got the gift of awareness. It dawned on me that this conversation was going nowhere and would end up like all the other ones we had in the past. A ramping up of egos with absolutely nothing of substance being communicated. I stopped counterpunching and started asking questions. It turned into the most pleasant conversation I ever had with this fellow. Digging past the surface connects you to your depth. All the best, John.